Tata eva, likewise, harinai, by deer, krodaihi, by boars, swavit, porcupines, gavaya, a wild animal closely resembling the cow, kunjaraihi, by elephants, gopuchaihi, by baboons, haribihi, by lions, markaihi, by monkeys, nakulaihi, by mongooses, nabibihi, by musk deer, Brutam, surrounded. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: its shores abounded with deer, boars, porcupines, gavayas, elephants, baboons, lions, monkeys, mongooses, and musk deer. Please repeat. Its shores abounded with deer, boars, porcupines, gavayas, elephants, baboons, lions, monkeys, mongooses, and musk deer. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Musk deer are not found in every forest, but only in places like Bindu Sarovar. They are always intoxicated by the aroma of musk secreted from their navels. Gavayas, the species of cow mentioned herein, bear a bunch of hair at the end of their tails. This bunch of hair is used in temple worship to fan the deities. Gavayas are sometimes called chamaris, and they are considered very sacred. In India, there are still gypsies or forest mercantile people who flourish by trading kasturi or musk and the bunches of hair from the chamaris. These are always in great demand for the higher classes of Hindu population, and such business still goes on in large cities and in villages in India. The Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimiraan Dasya Dhyananjana Shalakayam Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The opulent position of Bindu Sarovara is being explained in the last few verses. Here it is mentioned that all these animals come to the shore, probably to drink water. So the kind of animals that they come are mentioned here. So particularly Prabhupada is referring to two, the musk deer and gopuchair, gavaya. Gavaya means there is a special, it looks like a cow, a wild form of cow, and its tail has bunch of hair that is used for our chamaris. So, and then also the musk deer, they supply what is known as kasturi or musk, which is secreted from their navels. And Prabhupada is explaining that these items are always in great demand for the higher classes of Hindu society, because in all these wealthy families, certainly there used to be deity worship. All these rich people, they used to have their own temple in their palace or in their compound, and they used to ensure that an opulent worship used to go on in these temples. Any special item, any costliest item is offered to the deity. These devoted families are not interested in wearing or enjoying these costly things for their own sense gratification. Rather, the mood was to offer everything to the Lord, the deity who is they are worshipping every day. So that's the tradition, and that's why this rich society, they used to take these products like musk or this chamari, and then they ensure that those being offered to the deities. And so Prabhupada is saying that yes, even the gypsies or the tribal people who live in the forests, even they used to trade these items to this rich Hindu population, and then they used to flourish by such trading. So in the Vedic civilization, the trading used to happen. There is trading, but trading of all the natural products. They can be from forest, or they can be from agriculture, or any other natural means. This was the trading. The society depended on the produce of the nature. We see there so many varieties are there. There are rivers, there are oceans, there are hills, fruits, vegetables, grains, and then honey, and then now you can see special items like musk, and also there is chandan, and also there is one special aromatic material mentioned in the Shastra, that's called agaru. Actually our agarbatti is supposed to have that agaru, but now nobody can purchase that agaru. It is so costly. So they use some duplicate materials in agarbatti, and that's how because even people want some 20 paisa agarbatti, and 20 paisa means you will get one atom of agar. Little one atom will get. That's the cost. So people have given up on these natural products. They want quick money. They want everything very quick. Quarter after quarter they want to show profits and turnover. So they want everything to be very, very quick and fast and speed. A lot of speed has to be there in the system. But the nature is not designed by them. The nature has its own speed. It has its own cycle. For example, agar. If you want to get this agar, it will take minimum 8 years, 10 years. That's the kind of time. Chandan, it takes 1 decade, 10 years, 12 years. Teak, or all these products, rosewood, not even available. Even if you give some money also, whether you get a quality rosewood, no idea. So our Radha Govinda altar is made up of rosewood. So people, they have, in the Vedic civilization, they used to flourish on these natural products. And the nature is created in such a way that everything gives back something. That is the order, that's the design of the Creator. Hills are there, they are supposed to give something. Oceans are there, they supply something. Forests are there, say honey, fruits, all these things will come. They are supposed to supply all this. And then there are trees and plants and creepers. Everything is meant to supply something. Herbs are there. They are supposed to supply these things. Sometimes we may not understand. We think these some creepers are useless. We think, what are all these things? We may not understand, but actually everything has a certain function to do, and they are supposed to supply something. And so all these products used to be collected by the people. They used to exchange. There is a trading in case there is excess. And no, people are happily, they used to love. Everything is in abundance. All these natural products used to be flourishing. So much of grain, so much of vegetable, milk, dairy products. For example, ghee or curds or milk. So much used to be there. I remember in our childhood days, even in a small growing town, in one street we used to see some 2-3 shops of this milk and curds and those dairy this thing. Now those shops are not existing. There are some pieces hanging now. Anywhere you go, you will see the pieces hanging. That is the advancement. There are no grains available properly, and there is milk hardly is available. Honey, they trick the honeybees, and then they produce some honey. They put some jaggery, this thing, and then honeys will keep doing their work, create some kind of a thing. Like that, everything has become topsy-turvy. Why is that? People are not dependent on these natural products. It is simply godlessness. A godless civilization doesn't want to depend on God or the God's system of creating all these products. They want to have their own systems. So that is godless. Why this tree is taking 7 years to come? I want this to give all the products in 3 years, in 1 year, in 2 years. This is their thinking. Now recently there is, I heard some news. It's a famous so-called charitable foundation. So that is investing money in US to produce genetically modified mosquitoes, because already they spoiled the trees and plants. Now they are aiming at the mosquitoes now, and these genetically modified mosquitoes, they will be released in the cities like Florida and Atlanta and all that. And they want to come to a stage where these mosquitoes will supply little doses of vaccine whenever they go and bite somebody. So a little bit of vaccine goes inside. Interesting, no? This is what they are doing. They want to change the mosquitoes from what they are, like they blood and they bite and suck the blood. Instead, they want to have genetically modified mosquitoes which can deliver vaccine. And once they are released, then we have to see what happens. Man created genetically modified mosquitoes. This is the research. Once they release and then they create a havoc, then there will be some solutions. They'll try to come up with more mechanisms how to trace these mosquitoes, where are they and what are they doing. And so they may have to insert something inside the mosquito and then have a big system tracking what is going on, this, that, like that. So a man has kept himself very busy doing all kinds of mischievous, illegal activities. From the point of view of God, it's all illegal activities. He has an established system how we are supposed to flourish and live peacefully and happily, but they do not want to surrender to the system that Krishna has explained. Here in Kunti Maharani, in her prayers, she says, Ime janapada swadha supaushadi virudaha vanadri nadi vadanvanto hi edante tava vikshitai. So, translation Prabhupada is saying, all these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, oceans are full of wealth, and this is all due to your glancing over them. See, this is the Kunti Devi, she is praying to Krishna, my Lord, all this flourishing is happening by your glance. This is Vedic civilization. They are dependent on the merciful glance of the Lord. They are not dependent on their own endeavors. So, although there is a technology available in the Vedic civilization, all technologies are known. Metallurgy is known, this, many things are known. But they never utilized that to exploit the nature. They simply depended on the natural products which are available, naturally available. And then they never used to tamper or exploit the nature to make it faster, to make it big and more and all that. And then, so they were obedient to God, laws of God. This is but instead of depending on the natural products, the civilization has moved in the direction of establishing horrible industries, big industries of mining and exploiting in innumerable ways, just to ensure that they get big money. And when the big industry is there, they will mobilize hundreds and thousands of people from villages, and their energy will be exploited in those horrible working environment, and also meager salaries, and so much dissatisfaction in the society. Nobody can be happy by working day after day after day like that in such ghastly mechanisms. And then at the end of it, by all these things, very few individuals will benefit, and millions will remain in poverty and then impoverishment. This is the scenario. That's why you see there is always a tension between capitalists and the communists, the laborers and the owners. These are the two classes. We can see there is always a clash. So these things will only become more and more worse. Now the artificial intelligence has come. The business, the capitalists, they don't want to depend on too much of labor. We create our own labor. So they have created their own robots and this and that. They're hoping that these things will be automated. Most of the car industries are automated. One by one, they want to automate these industries and ensure that they're not dependent on all these people. And then just suck the whole resources into some few hands. This is the situation. But the Bindu Sarovara, that area, you can see here, there is wonderful cooperation in the environment, and even birds are chanting Hare Krishna, a godly environment. And you can see all kinds of animals are there, including lions, but they're all coexisting. And the Bindu Sarovar is inhabited by most of the pious plants, pious birds, pious animals. And even if all these animals are coming there, there is a wonderful cooperation. God consciousness means it should be visible in the form of cooperation. Prabhupada also says, if you love me, then you should cooperate. He didn't say, if you love me, you distribute books. You can show your love by distribution of books, distribution of this, distribution of that. No. He said, yeah, you do all that, but there should be cooperation. Lack of cooperation means lack of God consciousness. No maturity in Krishna consciousness. So that's why what is lacking in this world is sufficient Krishna consciousness. This is what is lacking. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he used to say that in this world everything is available in complete for the maintenance and proper taking care of people. What is lacking is Krishna consciousness. This is what is lacking in this world. So, unless we spread this movement, Krishna consciousness movement, there is no possibility of this changing the course of this civilization. Prabhupada, by his spiritual potency, he changed the course. When he first time landed in America, that's the turning point. He changed the course of the civilization. At least a large percentage of people understood that yes, the direction in which we are progressing is not the direction of a human being. It's better we wake up. There are some sensitive things in life. There are some finer things in life. There are certain higher things in life. So we have to give time for those things also. How can we go on with this gross, dark, ghastly things day after day? So these things is not going to help me. Simply pursuing just money, that's not the goal. Even big people say this. Nowadays, you will see a big billionaire, whatever, only he will say, because he's already having enough, he will say, yes, pursuing money is not all in all, because that's his practical experience. So, people have to be told that there are higher dimensions to life. One should realize that he is not this body. There is consciousness, there is spirit soul, and there are some higher relationships possible. The soul is hankering such relationship with Krishna, with the Supreme Lord. These things are missing. Unless this education is there, there is going to be so much of dissatisfaction in this world. And then many grass areas are polluted. Now slowly the pollution is percolating to subtle level. Minds are polluted completely. There are mental problems, depressions, suicidal tendencies, this and that. What is this civilization we are heading towards? What is the progress that we are making? They used to call our forefathers and all that as not advanced. You are all living in huts and then eating fruits and drinking milk. You are all uncivilized. Now we are civilized, we open up a packet and eat whatever we want. It doesn't know where that packet comes from. Mostly, anyway, so all abominable things are eaten up, and then that is being stamped as advanced or civilized. This is what it is. So, Prabhupada is saying one of the biggest deviations of this civilization is that instead of increasing these natural products of grains and vegetables and milk and all that, people have opened up slaughterhouses and then started creating a big slaughtering industry. And then that's all. People just open one packet and then eat up a bunch of dead meat which has been preserved for last 1 year or 2 years. If you keep that meat outside, actually it will turn into stool or pus actually. So that is protected by some chemicals, and you are eating with relish. It's a chemical pus. What you are eating is just a chemical pus and nothing more. And that's been glorified. The owner or the chairman or the CEO, I don't know, the McDonald's, he said, I never eat any of the products my company produces. They are meant only for you. You all eat and die, no problem, but we will not take. All these big people who create these products, unleashes into the market, they will not take any of those, because they know how dangerous they are, because they created it personally. This is it. So people have no sentiment. I don't want to name him, but he is a CEO, owner and founder of the biggest social media channels. One day he has shared a photograph that how on his table there is a cow meat. All big sticks are there. And then he is saying, yes, I have grown this myself personally. And my daughter helped me too. The whole family has nicely grown the vegetables and everything, and raised one cow and this, and then and finally they butchered the cow, and that's on the plate. And then he has shared a photograph saying that, say, look, I am eating only what I grow. I don't eat from outside. I was saying, my God, looking like a big demon actually, but having a good pant and shirt. Big demon actually. Just these things are missing in the picture, but if you Photoshop and put a little bit, they are there already. This is the pleasure that they take. This is their pleasure. So very difficult. If Krishna consciousness is not spread, then what is the course of this civilization? Simply they kill each other. Millions will be butchered. The way you are butchering these animals, you will be butchered like that by material nature. Millions and millions will be butchered. War after war. Prabhupada says, as long as there are slaughterhouses on the face of earth, there will be wars. Now, so many wars are going on, they'll only increase. And then millions will be butchered. So, somebody asked Prabhupada, if there is a war like that, a big war, then what to do? And Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna. But he also said, it's better you grow your own food. So we have to be ready with such initiatives. There is a lot of work for all of us. There is a fire everywhere. First we have to save ourselves. We have our sadhanas, our chanting, and then nicely preach. There should be a extreme cooperation, and then that will create a good impression in the people whom we are trying to cultivate and then preach to, and then we will be able to bring massive change. Okay, so any questions? In Bhagavatam introduction, I was again reading, because now we have Bhagavatam, some marathon is there. Prabhupada is saying that this Lord Chaitanya's mission is based on Bhagavad Dharma, or it is called Prema Dharma. And this the kind of literature that the Chaitanya cult has produced, it is unmatching. Hundreds and thousands of books, nicely analyzed by Goswamis and given in various ways. And then he says, there is potency is there in this moment to become Vishwadharma. There's a potency is there. The potency has to be given. We have to ensure that that potency is released. That is our duty. Otherwise, everything is there. Books are there, processes are there. Prabhupada has kept the required things in place. Just that we have to become an agent to unleash that potency of love. Prema Dharma means it's a love. We are not going to conquer anybody by weapons. We are going to tell them, see, look, for your own benefit you change. Otherwise, wait for the war to come and then take you away. So this is what our goal should be, to become agents of change. We should become instrumental in bringing that potency unleashed into the world. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.